Decentralized Pictures Talent Cast. I am your host, Matt, and today we are talking about the Ribbon Full Short Award as featured on the Decentralized Pictures platform. In my humble opinion, this is one of the most impactful awards that has been brought to the platform. This award is dedicated to Ukrainian filmmakers, providing 4 Ukrainian filmmakers $20,000 to produce a short film, plus support and mentoring opportunities, and also the potential for marketing and distribution. Films eligible are fiction, documentary, or animation, and this award, as stated, is reserved for Ukrainian residents or Ukrainian citizens, and the shorts must be produced in Ukraine. This award is currently live right now on Decentralized Pictures, but the submission period is coming to a close here very soon, so submissions are accepted through the end of January, so January 31st, with planned selections to be made in February. So good things happening at Decentralized Pictures. Again, amazing awards that are happening right now, just like the Ribbon Full Short. And in studio today, we have a Ukrainian filmmaker and producer, Lyuba. Lyuba, before I butcher it, you can tell us your last name as well. So Lyuba, thank you so much for being in studio today, and can't wait to talk to you and learn more about you as a filmmaker and producer from Ukraine.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It's a really big honor, and I'm really glad that I work with Full Short and with Decentralized Picture on this project. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So to kick us off, tell us about being a Ukrainian filmmaker and producer and some of your work experiences.
So basically, I'm a film producer, but also I'm a media and cultural producer. So I'm work in many different spheres, but my main interest is filmmaking, of course. And I'm in the business for the last 10, 15 years. I don't know where to start. And the films that I produced participated in many international film festivals, such as Rotterdam International Film Festival, Berlinale, Cannes, Leipzig, so many European, less American film festivals, unfortunately, but hope it will come soon, especially with this great opportunity that we will develop together.
Yeah, excellent. So before we talk about the award, the Ribbon Full Short, I wanna just talk about, we're all very much aware of the conflict and what's been going on in Ukraine for multiple years now. So tell us, let's narrow it down into the filmmaking space. So what is filmmaking? What is it like currently in Ukraine? Are there resources available? Are there production crews? Is it an active filmmaking community? What is that filmmaking world look like in Ukraine currently?
Thank you for the question. First of all, I want to mention, and it's really important, I think, that we do not have any conflict in Ukraine. We do have war, and
Mm,
it is very important to name it as it is.
yeah,
And
fair.
yeah, in such situation, of course, nobody prepared, yeah, to work in such conditions. But at the same time, the war started like 10 years ago, and people are kind of not getting used to it, but know how to deal with the complicated situation. And of course, it was implemented heavily with the full-scale invasion. First of all, many of my colleagues from different departments, starting from directors department, directors, DOPs, light, camera, art, cast. Lots of them are still, at the moment, they're serving, they're fighting, and securing our possibility to work and create. And many of them died. But at the same time, many people continue to tell the stories, to create movies, both documentary and fiction. Of course, fiction is much more in a worse condition because it just needs much more resources to produce a fiction film rather than documentary. And yeah, so but it exists, and it's the documentary filmmaking is flourishing. I must say, not because of the amount of resources, but because of the topic and the mm, like the need to say something now at this very moment and really quick is really big, and people want to share their information. But of course, with fiction, it is still possible. It's much more complicated. It's much more harder to work and to film. But people still finding opportunities to do this with support of with much less support of the country, of course. But there are many different institutions that trying to create mm, either some grants, like to, I don't know, to research, to write a script, to finish the edit, to write a music, different, yeah. So mm, it exists, but it's definitely not enough. It's just a small drop. Therefore, it was really important for us to create something really impactful for filmmakers, both young or like newcomers, or at the same time for experienced filmmakers. Yeah, because this amount of grant that we presented, it's small, but it's still enough to produce a short movie. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Well, thank you for that. I'll just call it a heartfelt answer. I mean, there was so much authenticity in your words, and yeah. So, my condolences for some of your friends, colleagues, that that have lost their lives in this more than a conflict, this war that is happening, and so but it's great to see that there is still work that's happening in the space with creating these stories that need to be heard. This what's happening in this part of the world. So I'm glad to see that continues to move forward. Okay, so and again, like I said at the beginning, this is one of the most impactful awards that's happening at DCP, and that resonates with what you just stated. So let's talk about for those that may not be familiar with Ribbon and their involvement with this award. Can you provide us a little bit of context about the Ribbon organization?
Yeah, I will try to simplify it because it's a really wide institution, and actually it's a platform. So Ribbon International, it's a platform for support art scene in Ukraine in a very broad meaning of this word.
Mhm.
So to support historic and contemporary art and culture, or to support new artists on their works and projects. So they support exhibitions, artist commissions, creating public programs, giving grants, like in our case, and so yeah, and they actually created nearly mm like this year, last year already. Yeah, it's already 25. It was created in 2024, but the idea to create this platform appeared earlier. Was of course with the full-scale invasion, and so the idea was to mm, find a way, the proper way to provide this support, and to to provide the support to the endangered legacies of Ukrainian culture, yeah, and heritage. And so here we are. This is not their only project that they do here in Ukraine, but
Mhm.
it's better. I think somebody from Ribbon would better say what they do here. Here we talk about our project,
Sure.
Mutual Full Short.
Great. Well, thank you. That was a great summary. So
Okay,
awesome, and, and
thank
and
you.
it's great to see organizations like Ribbon and Decentralized Pictures come together to create something like this for Ukrainian filmmakers. So what kind of films would you like to see? So again, 4 awards valued at $20,000 plus, mentoring, guidance, opportunity for potentially future distribution, and that's what I love about so many of these awards is, and I talk about this in other interviews that the money's great. It's always great, especially as an independent filmmaker, to receive capital. You got to have capital to produce a film, obviously, but then to have other industry experts by your side that can help you maybe connect the dots of taking your film once it's produced to the next level, and connecting it to the right people, the right organizations to further its life. So that's an amazing aspect of this award, and has been part of many awards at Decentralized Pictures, which is great. So what would you like to see come out of this for the 4 awardees that received $20,000? What kind of content would you like to see produced?
Quality. It's the ideal is to have really different works. That's why we opened it for fiction, documentary, and animation.
Yeah,
Of course, it's we cannot guarantee that we would support all 3 different kinds of short films, but hopefully, hopefully it will be this way, because that the community will vote, and the jury only will have the last voice, but not the main one. So
sure.
hopefully it will be. We will see there all this, like we will have an animation film, we will have a documentary, and we will have a fiction. And fourth one, so there will be 2 movies of each kind at
Sure.
least.
Sure.
And I don't know. I really, really want to see the new filmmakers, because why we decided actually to support a short films, because they're different. Of course, it's never enough, yeah, but there are many different programs to support, let's say, script for feature length film, or the research or finish editing for a big documentary, or post-production support, or any other support, but to receive uh, enough funding to to produce movie from scratch. I mean, not from scratch, but from very beginning,
Mhm.
like the pre-production, production, and post-production. It's really rare, and with feature length film, it costs huge amount of money and it takes
Of course.
years. With short, we can simplify it a little bit, but still, it is short filmmaking is still very, very important. And some great authors, great directors, they work their whole life with short form, and it's something. I must say, I think it's even more complicated than a fiction than a feature, because you have to be really concentrate. You have to be a really brilliant script writer,
Right.
and yeah. So with this support, first of all, it's a big opportunity to do something new for people who never did anything. I mean, of course, I mean, who did a little, yeah, who is not really, really good experience. But so we're giving the chance for new filmmakers, new authors. And then also, let's say, if you produce a movie, it's good, but it's never enough, because movie has to be seen by people, by public.
Right.
And to do this, you need all these marketing strategies. You need support from people. You need consultancy, etc., etc. You need to like end up at the film festival, end up in some VOD platform, etc., etc. And we will try to help these films to find the audience. And we will not be those sales agents or publicists or whatever, but we will consult and try to make maximum out of these films. So I really, really expect the good projects. We see already really interesting
Hmm.
things there in the applications, but we know that mostly each application um, receives more and more um, applicants at the very last week, unfortunately.
Right.
But
Right.
unfortunately, it will be at the last weeks, but hopefully it will be. really another bunch of great
Right.
projects.
And that feeds into, so this is my final question for you, Luba. So
Yeah. Okay.
so here we are. We have a couple weeks left. The submission period ends the end of January, so January 31st. So what message do you have? And I agree with you. We've already seen some really good films already be submitted. So, what message do you have maybe for Ukrainian filmmakers that are considering this award? They've seen it, maybe they've talked to a colleague about it, but they're kind of on the fence. They don't know whether they want to submit or not. What message do you have for them and the opportunity that this award provides and inspiration for them to decide to submit?
I think that they do not have to hesitate, first of
Mm,
all, because, okay, they can hesitate, but they should try.
yep.
They should apply. The application is very simple. We try to simplify it as much as possible. So they should try, because there is absolutely any risks. The only risk is that you will be the winner, and then you will produce your film, and then you
I
will
love that.
receive a connection to interesting people, good professionals, both in Ukraine and abroad. And yeah, it's worth of trying, definitely. Also, we received many different questions. We tried to answer them on our Kinotron group Instagram channel, and but at the end, uh, if you have a question, so apply, and if we will like the project, then we will connect with you, and maybe there will be something not clear, but we could
Hmm.
also ask questions in it backwards. So you you don't have to hesitate. You have to apply. Yeah,
I
it's worth
love
of
that.
trying.
Don't hesitate. And I love your comment. The only risk is that you could win. Okay. So just like go for it. Let's do this thing. Let's maximize the number of submissions that come in for this award. So beautifully stated, Luba. So thank you again so much for being on the Decentralized Pictures Talent Cast. Again, this is an amazing award dedicated for Ukrainian filmmakers. 4 awards, $20,000, mentoring, distribution. I mean, there's just like this is an amazing opportunity. So let's see those submissions come through the door. We do have other active awards out on the platform. We have the ever popular, the Filmmaker Assistance Grant #3, which will be closing soon, the Horror Filmmaking Initiative, and Andrews Bernard #3, supported by acclaimed filmmaker Steven Soderbergh. So be sure and check those awards out as well. Again, Luba talked about connecting with her team and also with Decentralized Pictures. We have a very active Discord channel, so go out there, check us out, and ask questions about this award. And we've got team members from Decentralized Pictures that monitor that channel that can pretty much answer any question that you may have related to the Ribbon Full Short Award. So thank you again, Luba. So great to have you here, and all the best.
Thank you.
See ya.